All right, so today we're diving into something pretty special. It's this Japanese concept that's all about finding joy, finding your purpose, and, having a real reason to get going every single day. We are talking about Ikigai. So let me just ask you this right off the bat. What's your reason? What actually gets you out of bed? Is it your kids, a project at work that you're totally obsessed with, or maybe it's just the thought of that first perfect cup of coffee? Whatever it is, just kind of hold that in your mind for a second. Because it turns out the Japanese have this beautiful single word for that very feeling. That's Ikigai. It's that get up and go spirit, that thing that makes you feel alive. Now, if you've heard the word Ikigai before, I'm willing to bet you've seen it explained in a very particular way. Almost like a magic formula for happiness. Yep. I'm talking about that Venn diagram. You know the one I'm talking about. It's been absolutely everywhere online for years, and it promises this neat, tidy little roadmap to finding your ultimate purpose in life. So this model, it breaks it all down into 4 big questions. It asks you to think about, what do you truly love? What are you actually good at? What does the world need right now? And of course, what can you get paid to do? And it gets even more specific about how those things overlap. So where what you love meets what you can be paid for, that's your passion. What you're good at, plus getting paid, that's your profession. Then you've got what you love and what the world needs, that's your mission. And finally, what you're good at that the world also needs, that's your vocation. It's all very structured. And the whole idea here, the grand prize, is that tiny little sweet spot right in the middle where all 4 of those circles come together. That, according to this diagram, is your Ikigai, the perfect blend of personal happiness and career success. But here's the twist. What if I told you that wasn't the whole story? I mean, not even close. So we have to ask the question, right? Is this super elegant, really satisfying diagram the true story of Ikigai? Well, the short answer is no. When you put the 2 side by side, the difference is it's huge. The internet version makes Ikigai sound like this one big singular purpose, and it's almost always tied to your job and how much money you make. But the original, authentic concept, it's much more about finding joy in the small, everyday things. It's not some goal to be achieved. It's just a way of living. And get this, the diagram isn't even from Japan. It was created back in 2011 by a Spanish astrologer as a diagram about purpose. A few years later, an entrepreneur named Mark Wynn just swapped the word purpose for Ikigai, posted it online, and, well, the rest is history. It went totally viral as this ancient Japanese secret. Okay, so if that famous diagram isn't the real Ikigai, what is? Well, to figure that out, we have to go to the source, to a very special group of islands in Japan called Okinawa. In its pure original form, Ikigai simply means a reason for being. That's it. It's your reason to jump out of bed. And that reason doesn't have to be some huge world-changing thing, and it definitely doesn't have to be your job. I think this quote just says it all, The real Ikigai isn't about finding that one massive purpose. It's about finding joy in the process, in the tiny little details of your day-to-day life. So authentic Ikigai, it's all about the joy of doing something, not what you get at the end. You can find it in your garden or on a walk or just talking with your friends. It's super personal and it's all about community and daily happiness, not just what you do for a living. And hey, this isn't just some fluffy feel-good idea. It has a real impact. Okinawa is what's known as a blue zone, a place where people live exceptionally long, healthy lives. And a lot of people think their strong sense of Ikigai is a huge part of that. Their daily purpose literally keeps them going. Okay, this all sounds great, but how do we actually, apply it? Let's talk about finding your flow. Researchers who went and studied the elders in Okinawa basically distilled all their wisdom down into 10 core principles. And don't think of these as a formula. It's more like a friendly guide to living a life that feels full of purpose. So here are the first 5. Stay active, don't retire. Basically, keep doing what you love always. Take it slow is a huge one, right? A reminder to just step back from the crazy pace of life. And notice how it's all about simple stuff, too. Hang out with good friends, take care of your body. The basics. And the last 5 are just as simple and profound. Smile. Get outside. Be grateful. Try to live right here, right now. And number 10 kind of brings it all home. Once you find those things that give you purpose, that bring you joy, follow them. A really great way to figure out what your Ikigai might be is to look for moments of flow. You know that state, right? When you're so deep into something that the rest of the world just disappears and you completely lose track of time. That could be anything: painting, writing code, playing an instrument. Wherever you find that feeling of flow, your Ikigai is probably nearby. Which brings us all the way back to the beginning. Now that you know Ikigai isn't some huge, intimidating career goal you have to hunt down, but really a collection of small joys you can build into your life every single day, I'll ask you one more time. What are your reasons for rising? Chances are, there are a lot more of them than you thought.